Hi, you guys. This is Eileen from New York. I'm going to start with a poem called The Park. And it's, if you follow me on social media, I've been obsessed with saving East River Park, which was built in 1939, and the city of New York is trying to destroy it right now. And they call it flood control, but it's really greenwashing. It's just development. And we know this stuff is happening all over the world, but this is our particular struggle, the park. Politicians are like actors, and real estate investment groups are like vampires. Politicians think they have to let bite them or they won't get any work. The rest of us are humans living around the show. Squirrels are squirrels, birds are birds. Our park is a giant stage we thought was real because we walk there every day. It is a set that Robert Moses built so that he could run his highway alongside it. My dog knows the story. You know the story. Everyone knows the story. The vampires are building a giant boat on top of our park in order to save it. It will take them about 10 years. The waters will rise. The children will be old. I will be dead. The vampires will be rich. The politicians will have all these tiny vials of blood lined up on their shelves from the years they were in that play. A detail about that poem, too, is that I got a pretty light case of COVID early last year, and I watched all of True Blood, which is kind of amazing, but it works perfectly for COVID and real estate, urban real estate. This one's called Cool and Bright. I stand up as I do in my poet's shack and piss, the toilet's black. An orange moth does its last couple of flaps, flap, flap. Pissed to death. It could be no worse. You flew. This one's called Lucky Kittens. I met someone cool and I can't shake it. I want to write a poem to the new thing. Nothing more trans than taking a shit in the men's room in a hotel. Also, I had a perfect breakfast and am well. I exercised, all good things. And once again, I'm flying. A world without mother is a world without meat. I'm crying. I'm not crying, I'm flying. Honestly, I took my mother's tear from the corner of her eye. It happened when she died. I took it on my finger and I wiped it on my jeans. The rattling of paper is an exquisite disconnect, old-fashioned, all breaks. Making space. Always ready for a fight. My heat is instantly shadowy, like a moving hand or sound, like no jazz at all. This one's called First Poem. I think all these guys, I'm like on the verge of, I'm putting together a new book of poems. And so part of that, of course, is negotiating a relationship, which is no longer. But this was our first fight. First poem. Every experience of being and day awakens me to the difficulty. I change my socks. I see my feet. You don't so much mind my flaws, I think, at the world when I go out. Women in chairs and couch, one of both, a tender dog, and actual tears. Today it snows. We go live. The dog was just so close, I was going to turn it. Actually, I don't know if I can get her. Where's the dog? The dog is... I'm like the worst. Where's the dog? Is the dog? Great. The dog. This is called Love Song. Oh, no. This one's called Held. I forgot the distant pink behind the trees. I was heading to the supermarket. I would get it somehow later. In the parking lot, perhaps, on my phone. My butt on the boat, and the pink comes back in memory. That one's hard to read, but I feel like it's a really great poem. This is Love Song. The sky hates me. I must be calm. I must be calm. If I have any chance of goodness at all, a child in a snowstorm, a man faces death slow. A gibbet is hanging. I don't know what it is. For a few dollars, I can save a horse. A deer must hide. My dog is far away. Your dog, a joker, is close. A man travels with a wolf, and that is Victor Hugo. His inkiness is pure. Translation, perhaps. I have charm in my native language. Shelves pushed up against each other to jam the door. Flinging it open, I am terribly in love with you. I cite your gifts. I suggest I am best without you, and yet this yellow wind I saw the day you were there, and I never felt such desire. I say I am in decline. How could you possibly want this? Alone I'm strong. Alone I'm a muffin. I offer you a piece of my charm, and relinquish my attachment to being a hermit in an old wooden house. I am kindly to your child. He is ours. Now, these guys are really the newest ones. It's called Diet Coke. Says, recycle me. I took the dog on the subway today, and today I have an alarm on my phone called Joan Mitchell. And later on tonight, I said I'd be joning. This dog sees everything. On 2nd Ave, not far historically from where Robert Harms met Joan Mitchell, in the apartment of Joe Lasser right over there. I think of buildings collapsing. I'm having a slice nearby. At the party, everyone's laughing. I say, I'm boning Joan tonight. I'm boning up on Joan Mitchell for the famous Woman Artist podcast. Honey badly wants a bite. The light just changed. It's bright. The kind of Stefan Grappelli violin playing while bicycles pass. Matthew said, I would have sobbed. The end was so good if I had authentic feelings. We laugh. I just spent an hour Zooming with my shrink. The parade of X's in Provincetown. The man in the orange cap walking away. I would cry if I wasn't so damn joyous. He's lowering the awning on the pizza shop, but these feelings just won't go away. This one's called Mice. Oh, wow. This is like a 15-minute reading, and I'm almost done, and it's only like 8. That's weird. Okay, this is called Mice. I'll keep going. They see a cluster of small rubber ducks and scraps of broken shells and think, I'll shit there. We describe them as brazen when they run through what actually is their home. So I begin to kill them because I'm better than them. One was seen running into the bathroom, my bathroom. And a small, frail one was found dead right on the floor. And the poison is working. And I feel bad because, in fact, I like living with them. They're part of my life. They're little shits everywhere. And I have killed their child. They're unclean. Anyone would say, isn't that why I must kill them? But I'm unclean too. Isn't that why they're here? And I generally have guests who say, this place is so small. They look around and I feel shame. And I look around, usually right after a trip, or in a couple of days, and it's small, but not to them. They think it's huge, perfect, and that is a friend. And why don't I keep them around? Come back, and I know you will. Okay, this one's called The Rape. I'm just going to read it. It's called The Rape Raggedy Tiara. Home, which is a hamburger, a dog literally sees your meal and licks their lips. I had a moment of joy on the subway after I went to the eye doctor. I'm either there or not in terms of greatness. Blow your horn. He was good. And a little bag of grapes wrapped in paper, a nice little pouch of grapes I bought on a whim. I ate them so fast. Do you do that? There's something about the sweetness of grapes I almost choke. Dirty grapes, fast, like secret sex, the best. Nobody knew about that. My own. The little pig is dirty on my computer. It was a joke I had with you or something I got from you, but you didn't get the holes and the stones. She didn't even notice her daughter was raped. What, was she dead then? Not now. The endlessly alive mother, the one in charge of anti-social media, is losing hers. And she's awful to everyone, but her crew refuses to mention it. Being loyal to her loss. But I am loyal to the loss of the present, the only loss worth noting. I should charge by the minute, you pain in the ass. She's going, she's gone. It's winter and I'm cooking vegetables with you, and that's what I miss. I'm giving you holidays like a child. The cowboy rode off on Christmas. The rape raggedy tiara. Everyone goes. No one is a king. So that would have been the end of the reading, but in fact, I think I have several more minutes, so let me grab a poem. Hey guys, so this one's called Göteborg or Göteborg. It's I went to Sweden a few years ago and was obsessed with this town having two names. It was the same name, but one was, I guess, the English way of saying it. So it's dedicated to Daphne and Alice, two young artist dykes I met in Göteborg. I'm probably saying it really absurdly. Came home and lost tons of consciousness. For a time I stole trays from hotels and now I steal cups. There was this towel I really wanted. Sweden knows towels. There was a shirt at the airport, white, sort of flocked. Mine in every way except for this girth. I bought the girth a burger and I nearly missed my plane. I ran and my heart pounded. I was not so fast. There was a man running with me. I yelled, 36, and camaraderie, but he ignored me. But then he started dropping shit. I've been there. There's so much coffee. There's plenty of coffee. I wish someone was here. I'm becoming so sensitive. A person who has slept 10 hours. I'm like Vincent Price after anything. My soft voice whispering anything. There was a woman in my poem. No, I mean my dream. And she looked like someone I dated before. No, she felt like her. Like she was going to be her. And it was an intense time in both of our lives. She was finishing something and I was making a mountain of sleep. It was possibly crazy and she was humoring me, but I felt our gap about to be closed. It must be true. I thought it feels this way. The two someones about to become us. This geological drama. Tons of time manifest like persons. I was slowly heaving myself forward to close the small distance. And I was struck in the dream by the fact she was anyone. And I do this. I make her mine to share my coffee. It is better now. Students, the coffee is good. It has become right for me in the day. And this is the relationship I wanted. The dark liquid waking me up in a stolen cup. Now I have about 20 seconds. What should I do? Hold on. Now I have 2 seconds. So I think that was the end of the reading. Thank you so much, you guys. Queensland, I love you. And this beach ball is a painting by an artist named Doug Paget, who I love. You should check his work out. He must be on the web. Okay, goodbye.